Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a story that's been building for years. And trust me, UNL want to stick around until the end because what is happening right now could completely change the game for Iraqi dinar holders all over the world. For months, honestly, for years, we've seen rumors, insider chatter, and quiet hints about a possible revaluation. But now, everything's hitting a breaking point. The official rollout of the Iraqi dinar exchange looks closer than ever. According to what's coming in from multiple sources, this could actually be the final day before full implementation. Yes, you heard that right. The countdown is done, and the world is watching as Iraq takes a historic leap forward. In this video, we'll break down exactly what's happening, both inside Iraq and globally. So you get the full picture of what this means if you're reholding dinar or just following this story closely. Over the last 48 hours, reports out of Iraq have suggested that several exchange centers and select partner banks overseas have already started processing limited. Unlike earlier test runs that only involved government insiders or diplomats, this round actually included civilians. That means real people on the ground in Iraq were able to exchange at the new rate marking, the first time we've seen clear, direct confirmation that the system is live and working. While official figures haven't been shared yet, the scale of activity points to a full launch being just around the corner. Late last night, Iraq's central bank officially activated its updated digital system. Early participants described it as smooth, secure, and well-organized, exactly what you'd want to hear for dinar holders. This is the breakthrough moment everyone's been waiting for. A real sign that years of patience might finally be paying off. So why is today being called the final day before full rollout? The central bank has been working from a very specific internal timeline that lines up with Iraq's fiscal reporting cycle. These cycles aren't random. They restructured to allow big monetary changes to take place without disrupting budgets or records. The timing of this rollout perfectly aligns with the close of that cycle, which is when large-scale financial moves are both legal and efficient. That's why today isn't just another day, it's the result of years of preparation. Every step, from internal tests and system updates, to bank readiness and international sync-ups, has been leading to this moment. That's why people inside Iraq are saying if it's going to happen, it'll happen now. On the ground, the excitement is hard to miss. Major cities like Baghdad, Basra, and Erbil are reporting that exchange offices are ready, and banks are extending hours in anticipation of heavy activity. Staff have been trained and told this is the first time they'll handle civilian-level exchanges under a new rate. Officials are carefully framing what's happening as strengthening monetary stability and global cooperation, avoiding the word revaluation but clearly signaling major change is underway. This careful communication is strategic. It helps control the rollout narrative while preparing both citizens and international investors for what's next. And the level of organization, we're seeing signals that this isn't some rushed or experimental move, it's a full activation plan. Outside Iraq, things are moving too. Reports say several US and European banks have updated their foreign currency systems just this week. Staff training sessions were held, and internal screens at some global institutions now show placeholders for the Iraqi dinar. While public exchanges haven't started yet, those internal updates are a big deal. It means the infrastructure to process the dinar globally is live and waiting. That kind of coordination between Iraq and major financial hubs doesn't happen by accident. It's all been part of a carefully managed plan that's been building for months. Once the public rollout starts, the goal is for everything to move smoothly, not in chaos. So why does this specific timing matter so much? Iraq operates on a structured fiscal and monetary calendar. Each quarter, the central bank goes through a financial closeout, settling obligations, publishing reports, and resetting policies for the next cycle. That's the perfect window for implementing a revaluation. Insiders say that closeout just wrapped up, opening the ideal time frame for the rollout to begin. This isn't random, it's strategic. The fact that internal and global systems are both in sync means the launch isn't just possible today, it's likely. Iraq's central bank has handled this in 5 key phases. Phase 1 introduced new lower denomination notes to get citizens used to the shift. Phase 2 launched an educational push explaining how removing extra zeros would work. Phase 3 focused on software and system upgrades to connect with international networks. Phase 4 tested rate synchronization with global institutions like the IMF, and now Phase 5 happening right now, is full-scale activation. Each step has been deliberate, leaving nothing to chance. That kind of planning gives investors confidence that when this goes live, it'll be stable and transparent. The impact of this rollout goes way beyond Iraq. A fully adjusted dinar will ripple through global energy and investment markets. Oil contracts tied to Middle Eastern trade could be restructured, and banks around the world are preparing. Economists say Iraq's currency, backed by oil reserves and international partnerships, could have real influence on emerging markets. Observers in places like London, Dubai, and Singapore are all watching in real time. This isn't just about one country, it's about a nation stepping into a bigger role on the global stage. So what will the exchange process actually look like once it's live? First, Iraq's central bank will finalize and publish the new rate, which then gets transmitted to international systems. From there, commercial banks can start booking exchange appointments for authorized holders. The rate will lock in at the time of transaction, preventing fluctuations mid-process. This controlled rollout ensures everything happens smoothly and fairly. Instead of a sudden mass exchange, the rollout will be gradually allowing banks and systems to adapt efficiently. For dinar holders, that means patience is key. Acting too fast or outside official channels could cause problems or even expose you to scams. Speaking of that, excitement always brings out scammers, so don't fall for anyone promising early access or exclusive rates. Stick with verified banks and official communication. Once everything's officially live, it'll be clear and straightforward. The best move right now is to stay calm, stay alert, and wait for direct confirmation from your financial institution. Now, what happens after the rollout? Economists are calling it Iraq's financial expansion phase. Once the rate stabilizes and global trade systems adapt, expect a surge in foreign investment, infrastructure projects, and job creation. Iraq's economy could see real growth across multiple sectors: real estate, technology, energy, and tourism all stand to benefit. This is why the revaluation is seen as just the beginning, not the end of Iraq's economic journey. So what makes today so critical? Everything's aligned. Fiscal cycles, internal systems, and global networks are all synced up. That perfect alignment doesn't happen often, which is why this window is so important. Iraq has spent years getting every piece of the puzzle ready, and now all signs point to activation. After years of speculation, this is the moment where rumor turns into reality. For those who followed the story from the beginning, this really is history in motion. Even government messaging has shifted. Instead of denying or avoiding the topic, Iraqi officials are openly talking about financial reform and stability. Local media is calling this the start of a new financial era. That shift in tone is huge. It shows confidence, not caution. The government wants citizens to understand and trust the process. Public awareness and transparency are key, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. It's also important to note that, while activation might begin today, the process won't be instant. This is a phased rollout, meaning exchanges will take place over several days or weeks in stages. Scheduling, verification, and confirmations will be done systematically to keep things stable. So even though this may be the launch day, actual exchanges will unfold gradually. Patience will be essential for everyone involved. As we move through this period, keeping up with verified announcements will be critical. Follow updates from official Iraqi government channels, major banks, and trusted international institutions. Ignore the noise and stick to what's confirmed. The next few days are going to be packed with updates. And having accurate info will help you navigate this historic shift safely and confidently. When you look at the big picture, Iraq's central bank isn't just flipping a switch. It's proving that the country can manage a major global financial transition with structure and precision. They've built trust, prepared systems, and coordinated internationally. That kind of strategic rollout gives investors and citizens alike confidence that this is legitimate, sustainable, and forward-thinking. So where does that leave us right now? Every box is checked. Systems are ready, the banks are prepared, the officials are signaling go, and the timing couldn't be more perfect. It all leads to one conclusion. The exchange process has begun, and we're standing at the edge of full implementation. After years of waiting, this is the moment it all comes together.